I'm here. I believe we're on. Are we on?
Yeah, I think.
We are. Yep. There we go.
Let's go. Welcome everyone for another match. Winners bracket this time in Resurrection Cup. Today we're going to have seed 1 versus seed 16. So kotomiler versus the Polish team pretty much. And it's going to be quite an interesting match. We're already having some warm-ups going on. It is one of those maps that we're on the Speed Cup that's going on currently. And I wonder what's gonna happen in this match. Of course, we have kotomiler being the the favorite for this match, and well, for this match, I'm going to be with Subaru commentating with me. Hello, Subaru.
Hi. Thanks for the introduction. And yeah, as you mentioned, we are getting quite a few closer matches this weekend, but this one on paper, maybe not so much looking like the closest match there will be because, as you said, Team Kotomiler, the overwhelming first seed of the tournament. And as a little reminder, they got that very first seed with only 5 players in the qualifiers, so we haven't even seen their full potential, so they are looking quite ridiculously strong. But on the other side, we have the Polish team, who, at the end of a very close match last week, did manage to get the win over the 17th seeded team. So it is early stage. Maybe a surprise could happen on one of these maps at least. I'm hoping to see a surprise, as it's always nice to see those underdog teams getting a win against overwhelming favorites. But looking at the roster of kotomiler, it is quite freaking scary, as we have nothing but world-class players in that team. And also, I think it is necessary to be mentioned that the only skill set on which they didn't seed number 1 in the qualifiers was the tapping maps, and that's because they were missing Matthew, Nineric, and intercamping, so basically their entire speed roster. And
Yeah.
despite that, they still seeded 1, so they are definitely the overwhelming favorites in this tournament to win it all. Notable faces are first place and second place of the Corsair's Close, Malcheski and Worst Sharp player. So, yeah, if that's not already enough to tell you how strong that team is, I don't know what is. But we can also introduce our Polish team, our Polish friends, because they deserve it. They went through a very close match last week, so we have noticeable faces like Young Lyoja, BMG, Sinai, Hidayo, Gosurek, Batik, I believe it's how you say it, Larix PL, and Tardis. So a lot of tournament experience on that roster as well, and especially on those earlier stages, may be able to create the surprise on one or two of these picks.
Yeah, I think in early stages, I would believe that the Polish team actually can do quite something in this match. It also depends on how kotomiler took this match seriously, and also how the roster is looking for kotomiler. Because of course, if you're the Polish team, you have to pretty much have your full potential. Yeah, you need your full roster in order to perform well. But for kotomiler, as long as they have 4 players, it's going to be quite fine. But it depends also on the players who's going to be here. I think that can also create some surprises. I don't know if it's going to make a ton of difference, but that could lead to some points in favor of the Polish team.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention, though, that so far in this tournament, we have not seen Kotomiler play with a full roster. As I've mentioned previously, in the qualifiers, they were missing 3 players. And in the round of 32 match, they won 5-0, but they were also missing both Matthew and Worst HR players. So at best, we've seen them with only 6 players, and they still looked ridiculously strong. So I don't know if they're going to have a full roster today, but if they do, that's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah. So I think we have to panic because we have the Paris playing the wrong map, and I think that's pretty much making the whole thing lagging. But uh, talking about the players that were maybe missing last time, on the Polish side, I think Young Lucia wasn't here. So that's going to be another player that you have to look for because they are playing quite well the easy mode since they were playing in the Easy World Cup. actually playing very well for the Polish team that finished second. So watch out for that. But after that, I think we're going to begin the match. I think all of the warm-ups are pretty much done. And
Yeah,
here comes the picks and the bans.
yeah, we're getting into it. Getting the rolls coming out, and Thomas Chick rolling as well as Nahus and Inrik. So yeah, we're trying to figure out whose role is going to count for this.
Yep.
But meanwhile, also it is to be noted, we can mention that the Polish team did get a superior score in the qualifiers on DT3 than kotomilers. But as I mentioned earlier, they were missing Ninerik, Matthew, and Intercamping, so it could on paper give you some hope for some tapping picks on the side of the Polish team. But then on the other side, we did see him in the lobby at Ninerik, who's arguably, I mean, in my opinion, not so arguably the best speed player in the world right now. So it's
Yeah.
definitely going to look quite scary to go up against him on any speed map of any kind.
Yeah, also we got the information that Worcester player is not going to be here from the
Now,
chat.
Forbes not here.
Yeah, on Colorino's side, of course. We do see also Thomas Jake. Important information I think that has to be said is that Thomas Jake actually had to FF his match on ESA, so the Speed Cup, because I think he got some pain or something like
Ah,
that. He had to FF this match, so maybe
I
having
didn't know
some
that.
yeah, having maybe some medical issues. And
That's
so I don't
very
know if
unfortunate.
yeah, I mean that's unfortunate, but that also could be relevant for this match, as you know, it can feel some pain and stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be at its full potential too.
Yeah, that's definitely some valuable information if you're looking to take a point off of Coda Miller today, because Thomas Chick, also a core member of the speed roster for Coda Miller. He's, of course, a fantastic speed player as well. So definitely some valuable information right here, as well as Forum being absent. I think that maybe opens slightly the door for some gimmickier picks. Of course, you still have this incredible team with ridiculous depth. Of course, not to mention Malashevsky, who's also arguably one of the best gimmick players in the world. Kriller as well. So scary on those gimmick maps. So it's not like the door is wide open on those gimmick picks, but Coda Miller missing Forum definitely at least opens up a possibility.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see the first thing that is going to be GT3. I think you have pretty much a lot of things in the GT3. It can be quite hard. It does have some reading elements, does have some aim elements, does have some tapping elements. I think this map is overall really difficult too. And I think as a first pick from kotomiler, it's such an explosion that it's going to be really difficult for the Polish team to just counter that.
Yeah, kind of ironically, it's Coda Miller coming out with a DT3 pick in this matchup, despite us noting that DT3 was the only map in the qualifiers where the Polish team had a high score. But now we are seeing this Coda Miller team with a near full roster on the speed map. We are seeing Matthew being absent once again. I don't know if Matthew has planned to play those early stage matches, but I do hope we see an appearance of him at least today or in those later stage matches. But we're gonna see this match opener. Opening up is a miss from Hidayo very early, traded by Thomas Chick. As you were saying, you see the low accuracy on Thomas Chick, so maybe struggling with his injury.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to see throughout the entire match. Maybe he recovers, maybe not. Maybe it's just a wrong start, but that's going to do some damage. But already traded 2 times for the Polish team by Hidayo and Maciek. So quite the unfortunate breaks here and there. Also from Tardis. Overall, it's going to be just 70 better from Colomeo.
Yeah, Nahus did miss though, but still there's 2 FCs on Malashevsky and Ninerik, so far it's not looking so great for the Polish team, but not super dominant either on the side of Kolomir, but this is a triple miss on the side of the Polish team now, only traded by Nahus. So
Oh, yeah.
still the 2 FCs in the recovery on Thomas Jake. He's starting to rebuild his accuracy a little bit, and it is a full team miss now on the side of the Polish team. Sadly, Ninerik is going to trade one of them, but Malashevsky is still here to pick up the slack, so I believe it's pretty much already over.
Yeah, it's just going to be over just because of the score lead and just because of the Malashevsky carry on this one. Ninerik, unfortunate break, but maybe Malashevsky will close up with an FC on 91%. I mean, this map is really hard to add. Man. It can be just very difficult.
Also, it is noted in chat, it's quite funny, but we nearly have a full Polish roster throughout the entire map right now. Only Nurik being not Polish. It looks like Malashevsky is gonna maybe pull this off. Low accuracy, but the combo is what matters, and he's gonna slide a break right at the end. But
oh my god!
Regardless, it's gonna be an S rank. No, maybe an A rank with a low act, or a B rank actually.
B rank?
With the one miss.
Ah yes,
It's the B rank 900k score. You love to see it from Malashevsky.
Yes, my favorite B rank 900k. Yes, it is the truest score of all time. I mean, yeah, this map is extremely hard, and you definitely notice here it's mostly like a lot of combos, and in terms of combo, it's just going to be so much in favor of kotomiler. And yeah, here we are. I think the Polish team has to answer quite heavily. It's going to be on Noma 2. Understandable, but after that Noma 4 ban from kotomiler, we're going to see the
instant
classic
Noma 2 pick.
Yeah, classic Noma 2. Very, very classic.
Yeah, for those who've been following tournament scenes for a while, you'll maybe recognize this Noma 2 pick as a part of the OWC, I believe 2021 semifinals map pool. I might be mistaken on this one, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Or maybe it was 2022, but I think it was 2021.
Yeah, I mean something like that. But this map has been pulled quite a lot. It is overused, but it's overused for a reason, as I said before. It's such a classic map, such a great map that we see it kinda everywhere, but we see it everywhere for a reason. And here we're going to see it in round of 16. So this map already pretty difficult, I would say. It's already at round of 16, so you can expect quite a lot of difficulty, for example, in finals or grand finals. But we are not here yet, at the very least, for both of the teams. And I think we could see some potential great scores overall for both of the teams. And the Polish team picking into this, they must be pretty confident to it.
And yeah, no roster changes for the side of kotomiler. And I believe a pretty similar roster as well on the Polish side. It is their opening pick. We are going to see early misses from Tomasczyk traded by Sinai. So not really a big deal breaker so far, but it's going to be notable as this map tests the consistency on those streams quite a little bit. And there's a bit more of the flowing requirement as well, and the stamina requirement than last week's Noma 2. And here we go in those first intense stream sections. So far, we only saw a second miss on the side of the Polish side with Matik. And Hidayo as well, so now it's going to be looking pretty bad on this opener of the map, because it's only Tardis holding on full combo. Still Nurik, Malashevsky, Nahu's trading it with amazing accuracies throughout the entire lobby.
And CNI also going to find some chances here and there. That's going to be mostly problematic as the combos are really high from kotomiler. We do have Tardis still on the FC to counter that a tiny bit. Matic on the big recovery that you're trying, especially, and I also recovering. But when you're facing 3 FCs, that's not enough.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because Tardis is actually destroying this map. Look at the disgusting accuracy. It looks so comfortable. But sadly, the support combo is just not there on his team as Sinai finds another miss. Really struggling to build any combo whatsoever. And Hidayo and Matika are starting to recover, but still those 3 full combos that you mentioned with amazing accuracy throughout, all above 99%. And Tomasczyk is also great recovery. Just the early miss for Tomasczyk, but he's still besting all 3 recovery combos on the side of the Polish roster.
Yeah, and so for kotomiler, it doesn't have the MVP on this map. It's going to be on Tardis, still on the FC. And
oh, Nahus with the chain miss.
Okay, potentially.
That's a start.
Yeah, that's
a Tardis, no!
Oh, that was the start and that was the end.
Oh, Tomasczyk is collapsing on this map. Oh my god, what a chain miss. But yeah, it's only the 1000 combo on Hidayo against the 2 full combos on Nurik and Malashevsky. Malashevsky dropping a little bit below 99% mark, but Nurik now looking so comfortable. You love to see it, and Tardis sadly finding the chain miss. And Nurik is really impressive as some of those speed players, you know, they tend to struggle on the lower BPM maps, which is this in this case in 190 BPM, 195, apologies. But Nurik, definitely not his case. Looking so comfortable, looking to destroy this map.
Yeah, I mean, 195 BPM. I don't think this is very low, but yeah, this is showing some great consistencies. And Majewski and Ninrik will close it out with it, both of them on the FC, and with beautiful accuracies too, and especially Ninrik on the 99.7%. So very nicely done from Majewski and Ninrik. A very nice train for Chalice, very nice recovery also from Hidayo. We can definitely see a lot of potential on that pick, but 3 million score on that normal 2 is just going to be a bit too rough to beat.
Yeah, those two full combos, and that's where you can start to get a little bit concerned with just how good kotomiler are looking, because that's over 1 million point difference on the opening pick of their opponent team. So that's really not looking so good. Of course, it's only the beginning of the match. Things can still happen, but we're in the best of 9, so it's gonna be fairly quick.
Yeah, and speaking of quick, we're going to see more speed abuse, and more and more. After the T3, do you guess what it is? It is TT2, more speed, and this time it's going to be on raw speed. And so you have nothing to hide. It's not like the accuracies are going to be extremely low compared to DT3. If you can play this map, you can definitely get an insane accuracy. And it's just, I think it's going to be another rough day for the Polish team.
Yeah, also some additional information. We were talking about some potential absences on the side of kotomiler. They're not missing 1 nor 2, but 3 players, in fact, as they are missing worst HR player, Matthew, and intercamming.
True. But even missing Matthew and intercamming, their speed roster is quite insane.
And I actually don't see Kriller logged either, so see, they might be missing Kriller as well.
Oh my god, are they
So,
again on the 4-man roster?
yeah, again, the 4-man roster, Malashevsky, Nunarik, Tomasczyk, and Dalhus, and I think we're going to stick with these guys throughout the entire match.
It's true that Kriller definitely could have played this map. I'm thinking about number 2. And so, yeah, you're right about mentioning Kriller not being here. Jesus Christ, kotomiler, they really don't want to play with their full roster.
Yeah, that's actually the lowest player count they've shown throughout this entire tournament so far. Only 4 players out of 8 being present. But it's not looking like to be an issue so far, this second speed pick. And it's already only 1 full combo on the side of the Polish team, with Hidayo holding on brilliantly, that is. And Arnis with the unfortunate miss, as he is actually destroying this map in terms of accuracy, but unfortunate the slider break in the opening of the map. It's only Nunarik with the better accuracy in the entire lobby. Tardis is really low-key playing a really good match, but sadly not going to be enough against such a well-rounded team, even with 4 players. And Matik is going to find a miss. That's going to hurt a little bit more. Still the 4-way FC on the side of kotomiler, and we're now more than halfway through the map, and it is not looking so good.
I don't know, we're going to see the KI, maybe we're going to have some surprises. We already saw a lot of breaks on that part, and that's going to be the case with the 2 breaks from the Polish team, 3 breaks from the Polish team, 4 breaks from the Polish team, only 1 trade from Navis, and that's going to be it. Also, 3 FCs on the board, let it 2. Yeah, with the Ninrik on the
Malashevsky as well.
Okay, only Thomas showing up, okay.
That would be such a Chad move to MVP and maybe FC the map, and he's gonna do it. Injury or not, he doesn't care.
Jesus.
Brings it home, full combo on the DT2. How about that? Nice score from Tomasczyk. And yeah, once again, not the full speed roster, and you still get a 3.7 million score. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how good this team is. We're gonna say it over and over, but what else can be said? There's the brilliant S rank on the side of Hidayo as well to be mentioned. Very nice accuracy on the side of Tardis, and overall not so bad scores on the side of the Polish team. Sinai also above the 600k mark, but what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Polish team is actually having quite the performance overall. Like they do be playing well. Problem is they're playing Seed 1, and I think that's a problematic factor, and they're going to pick into 3 mod 2, if I hear correctly. And so we're going to have at least one HD1 HR, but no nomad is allowed, of course, in this tournament.
I'm actually scared for what kotomiler is going to do in those later stages. If they bring all of their players in, it's going to be ridiculous.
Okay. I'm calling the easy on Mesheskin.
Easy on Malashevsky, that would be ambitious.
Honestly, I mean, since the beginning of this tournament, there's some high seed team that are not doing a little bit of trolling, but they do be playing the game, and so sometimes they put mods being like, oh yeah, let's have some fun. And so,
we did see Thentrix do the same thing, so you might be right. And,
oh, let's
you
go!
called it, and you called it.
Oh my god!
We are seeing it, Malashevsky with the easy.
The longest shot of all time. This was the incredible call, but he did it anyway. It's going to be Malashevsky on easy. And yes, he do be playing easy. He did play easy World Cup, and he was quite a player indeed. And yeah, just playing this format 2 on easy. Why not, you know?
On a slightly more serious note, I'm wondering why Nineric is going with the hidden instead of Nahus. I would definitely have expected Nahus on the hidden and Nineric on the hard rock, as Nineric is also a fantastic hard rock player. And we're going to see a double miss already from kotomiler.
I think I don't think they really care with this pick.
Yeah.
I mean, Naus on the HR is actually really strong. You really don't have to underestimate him. On the HR is really strong. I mean, mostly on precision and stuff. And still overall on HR is really, really strong. But it's true that Nineric on HG, I don't know. Maybe not. Sure. Okay. I mean, they have 4 main roster. What can you do?
I mean, so far, for the first time in this match, it is looking pretty decent for Sinai, actually. And Sinai and the Polish team, really, because it's a 1v1 against the Malashevsky Easy FC, but yeah, Nineric, Nahus, and Tomasczyk all found resets, and Matik is trading some of them, but so far, the score lead is looking to be in the Polish favor.
Yeah, but I don't know if the easy multiplayer is already in.
Malashevsky's gonna miss.
Okay,
and
now,
yeah,
go ahead.
Maybe the opportunity. As now he's gonna miss as well, so it's only Nineric against Hidayo and Tardis.
Yeah, but a miss from Hidayo. This is only going to be Tardis versus Nineric. I don't know who's going to win that 1v1. But I think it's going to end up very, very close because I don't know if the easy multiplier is being here on the board for Malashevsky, so I think we have to do a little bit of math.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is. And we're gonna reach another map, but we're gonna wait a little bit to see if kotomiler was able to win this with the easy multiplier. I doubt it though, because it is still a 319k difference, so it's quite a convincing win without the easy multiplier. So, and Malashevsky did miss. He did miss once. He did not full combo. So the amount of score he's going to be able to bring is going to be a little bit limited by that one miss. And Nineric with also the brilliant one miss on the hidden, but this might be a point for the Polish team.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know.
I
if
think it is.
Yeah, I think it is, and that's going to be the first point. I mean, sure. Let's go. That Prima 2 was a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Drawn from kotomiler.
And here we are with the HD2. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're like, oh my god, we love reading. How about HD2? And I think the Polish team is not going to very much like that. I mean, they didn't ban it. Okay, they didn't ban it. So that means that they can at least play it okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
You look at the opposing team, and I'm not so sure about Nineric. I mean, of course, Nineric is pretty good at every single skill set, but I'm not so sure that Hidden 2 is something he'd really enjoy to play. But both Tomasczyk and Nahus are more than capable of playing Hidden 2, and of course, Malashevsky is basically going to play every single map, so he's excellent at every single aspect of the game. So, yeah, that's still a scary roster, but I really hope they don't pull off an insane score, because if that's the case, that means they're already able to destroy the Hidden 2s without Kriller nor worst HR player, and that would just be disgusting.
Yeah, true. This AG2, as we can talk about it, it was a custom song and custom map, of course, for OWC, and we're bringing in a Resurrection Cup, of course. and it's going to be very flow aim intensive HG2. We have very little HG2 flow aim overall in tournaments, but when it happens, it slaps.
Yeah, the flow aim requirement, as you said on that Hidden 2 map, is definitely the core of the difficulty. And it's a type of Hidden 2 that's not too forgiving if you're not really comfortable with that skill set or if you haven't practiced. So we're going to see maybe something interesting happen in this map, as we are getting right into it. And I hope the Polish team are able to pull off a decent roster.
I mean, again,
Yeah, we are seeing the accuracy drops already, though.
if they didn't ban it, that's for a reason. You know, they can at least pull out some good score. This is the only reason why they wouldn't ban it. And we already see some struggles, especially from Thomas. Definitely struggling on the accuracy. Now he's going to find some chances, but already traded by Matic. Matic and TARDIS, both of them are very much struggling on the map. But CNI and Hedayo, both of them are very much capable to play the map. Hedayo is going to find some misses, but CNI is still holding on.
Yeah, and actually I was doubting him, but Nineric is the one pulling the weight right now for kotomiler. Still full comboing the map, matching Sinai, and almost matching him on the accuracy department as well. Malachevsky is recovering from his earlier miss, so that's going to be the difference maker so far. And those accuracies are really dropping for TARDIS and Matic, sadly, but Thomas
Oh
Jake
my god.
and
What was that
Sinai.
side break? Yeah, that was a heavy side break from CNI, unfortunately. Trained by Malachevsky, but Nineric is still holding on to the FC, and Hedayo is going to find some chain misses. There's pretty much not a lot of combo left for the Polish team, and it's going to be quite difficult. But Nineric is actually going to find a miss, and the only problem is that this is only TARDIS, and TARDIS is going to find a miss. I think it's going to be very difficult for the Polish team to come back.
Yeah, not too dominant of a score from kotomiler, though. It's Thomas Jake and Nahu's struggling quite a bit as well on this map, so it's only really Nineric and Malachevsky pulling the weight. So yeah, they're not entirely comfortable on that pick without their core roster for the ring maps, but it's still more than enough, looking like to be more than enough for a score to defeat the Polish team.
Yeah, and TARDIS is going to find some chain misses with Hedayo. CNI trying his best, Matic is going to find a miss. This is going to be overall a big collapse, but for Nineric and CNI, both of them are very much putting out some performances here and there. Both of them are going to break. Those scores on 400k are very nice. Malachevsky also getting on the 400k. Those three scores are extremely great. But at the end of the day, kotomiler is going to have more stabilized scores and also two big scores on the side of Malachevsky and Nineric to just do the job just fine.
I must say though, I was not expecting Malachevsky to struggle in multiple patterns in this map. He could destroy most reading maps in his sleep, and he's only going to get the third best score of the lobby behind Nineric and Sinai. Nineric with the exceptional performance, actually MVPing the lobby. How about that? Very nice score from Nineric.
Honestly, Malachevsky very strong also just overall on HG2 and stuff. It's just, you know, sometimes those patterns can be very chain missable and can be hard to find new consistency on. Even if you're really comfortable on that skill set, there's, I think, different type of maps that you can be definitely more consistent than this. And maybe Malachevsky did have some unlucky run, but for CNI and Nineric, both of them having around 500k is just quite remarkable. Hedayo also with the A rank on 300k, looking quite nice. And now is the time for the Polish team to roll their pick, and it's going to be Nomad 1. Let's go.
Nomad 1, very interesting pick. Maybe not the safest pick against Team kotomiler, but then again, not a single pick is going to be really particularly safe, so might as well try it.
I mean, it's probably one of those easier maps, honestly. And so when you want to have a full roster for it, you gotta go for it. Also, I don't know if in terms of aim, correct me if I'm wrong, but kotomiler roster is not looking as the greatest as ever in this tournament. And so if there's a point where you can actually pick Nomad 1 into kotomiler, it will be this time.
Well, yeah, definitely. You don't have You're missing intercamming, who probably be in on something like that. You're also missing worst HR player, who's of course exceptional aim player as well.
Kriller.
I'm just kidding. Kriller also very, very exceptional aim player. You would definitely see Kriller play those Nomad ones for Team Germany in OSU World Cup, for example.
True.
So, yeah, you're missing some of your core players for these aim maps. So as you did mention, it might be a good time to try it against kotomiler. Then again, you still have Malashevsky, you still have Gnahus, also an exceptional aim player if there ever was one. So I wouldn't say that the Polish team go in as favorites on this map, but there's definitely more of an opportunity than on other maps in this map pool.
Yeah, definitely. Watch out for those streams though. You can find a bit of everything in this normal one. This is not the classiest normal one if I've ever seen one, but I think in terms of aim, you can definitely find a ton of things here. It's going to mostly be though a constancy check, and so far just an early miss from Edayo, but is it going to be mattering? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, so far so good. Nothing major happening apart from that early miss you did mention from Edayo. We're only in the introduction, and so far the accuracies are looking pretty even with 298s on the side of Thomas, Jake, and Sinai. Still an SS on Malashevsky, but that is to be expected on that kind of map. Consistency is key for Malashevsky, and we are going to reach his first KI.
Yep.
Matik.
Yeah, Matik is going to find a miss. Not going to be too bad yet. Still like 3 big combos on the side of the Polish team, but still 4 full combos on the side of kotomiler. The miss from Tardis is going to bring those high combos to 2. It's not the best position right now for the Polish team.
Yeah, we have mentioned it though for Team kotomiler, but not so much for the Polish team. But it is to be mentioned that these 4 players have been playing most, if not all, of these maps as well for the Polish team. So maybe some absences as well on their side.
Yeah, maybe in terms of the scheduling, it was a bit hard to find.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not that it would probably change the result of the match, but it would definitely have a better shot on some of these maps with a complete roster, and it's not looking like it's going to be the case for this match, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. And
Play.
still 4 FC on the side of kotomiler is just... So far, if they just don't break, it's going to be game over. But we're just halfway through the map. I think a lot can happen. Nenrik is going to find a miss at the middle of the map, so that could be some great signs for the Polish team. That's going to be a trade from Matik. A bit tilted about that miss. That can be understandable. Still come back aboard, but I don't know.
It's not the worst trade in the world because it's a recovery trading for an FC, so it actually slightly favors the Polish team. But yeah, it's those absences are probably going to come and bite him, because you would definitely see players like Kosturek, for example, coming in on these type of aim maps, as he was absolutely exceptional last week on the same skill set.
Yeah, and Matik finding another miss. Again, that's not on the biggest combo ever, so again, that's going to be quite fine. But there's still 3 FCs on the side of kotomiler. It's just, if there's no more mistakes from kotomiler, it's going to be pretty much the match here in favor of them.
Yeah, still 2 very high accuracies on Malashevsky and Gnahus. I believe that's a 1/100 on Malashevsky, and near 99% on Thomas Jake as well. Both being matched by Sinai and Hidayo, with nearly 2 full combos. Hidayo did miss at the very beginning, but it's basically an FC with the accuracy. But it's sadly not going to be enough. And there he goes. I'm very sorry. I apologize, Hidayo.
Oh no.
Nenrik is going to trade Matik as well. So still the 3 solid full combos on the side of kotomiler, and I think that's pretty much going to be it. Even if they were all 3 going to miss, Sinai doesn't have the map density to bring it back on his own.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much GG will play. Those 3 full combos are just going to be just fine for that ending. That squad is just going to be too much in favor of kotomiler. Well, we could be sad also to not see a TV, but honestly, when you're C1, it has to be expected in a mode of 16 to just take your match with a 5-1 lead, and they only had 4 players.
You just love to see the 3-way full combo on the side of kotomiler, despite not having a full roster. Only the 1 miss on Nenrik. They were 1 miss away from 4-way FCing this map last map of the match, and the 1-100 on Malashevsky, 5 100s on Nahu's. Ridiculous performances on the side of kotomiler, and that's not even a bad score on the side of the Polish team, by the way. Still one full combo on Sinai, a very brilliant score. A full combo choke basically on Hidaya as well. But it is going to be the 5-1 win for kotomiler. It was to be expected, but you love to see it. Those insane performances, it's really promising for the later stages of this tournament.
It is true. I mean, the Polish team overall being a loser bracket, I believe it would be very scary. Especially if they don't have their full roster. They can definitely do a lot of damage in that loser bracket. For kotomiler, the question I'm asking is that is there going to be even a point, even in grand finals, where they're going to have more than like 5 players?
I definitely hope so, because they did get seed 1 with 5 players, but there are some very solid teams in this tournament that could potentially make it happen in grand finals if kotomiler were to play the match with 5 players. I'm looking at, for example, the obvious example of the contender would be fresh off the boat seeded 2 out of the qualifiers.
Yep.
They, of course, there's a noticeable gap in the results, but if kotomiler were to miss some players on that second seeded team, you still have players like Flying Tuna, like Rectagon, Taquito, MCY4, very, very performant tournament players. So you definitely don't want to have a lacking roster against them, even if you're kotomiler with those exceptional tournament players.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're quite confident. There's some reasons too, of course, but we have to pretty much watch out sometimes for kotomiler. Maybe we could see some upsets coming up in the tournament if we end up having some issues with the rosters again. But for now, they're going to be chilling. And still on the winner's side, they're probably going to be against seed 8 or seed 9. I think it's not going to be too hard to call.
And on the side of the Polish team, you're going to drop down to the loser bracket, and they're going to face Germany OWC B. And if they manage to win this, they could very well meet up with Cute Kittens, which is also they have been a very performant team in the early stages of this tournament. So that could be a very interesting matchup between Cute Kittens and this Polish team.
Yep. Well, I think that's going to be it for this match. The next match, I believe. Let me check. Isn't 17 UTC?
17 UTC? Oh, that's quite a big gap.
Yeah, so 17 UTC. There's quite a lot of matches still remaining for 17 UTC, 18 UTC, 19 UTC, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to be back for 17 UTC. I believe we're going to have Energy Finesse versus Rich Penguin on the winner's side. But until then,
that's a promising matchup.
Yeah. Until then, I think we're just going to be cutting the stream. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Subaru, for casting with me.
Thank you, Crystal. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.